Swanson, energy consultant, father, husband, and I don't know all the hats that you wear, but I know there are a lot of them. Which hat are you wearing this morning, Steve?
Budget director.
Budget director, okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Which project is this?
This is a speech of persuasion.
Okay.
So this morning, as your budget director, I'm here to talk about a mutual acquaintance that we have, a family that has a problem. And so as you look at the sheet, I'm going to get right to the bottom line. We can see that the income for this family is $21,000, $21,700. And this family has spent $38,000. So you can see that they're going to put an extra $16,500 worth of debit or a new credit on their credit card. And that gets added on to the $142,000 worth of debt that they already owe. Now, we're going to help this family because they've tried to make some budget cuts, and they came up with $385 worth of budget cuts. So with your help, we're going to see what it is that this family should do. Now, this particular family could represent a number of different families, so I'm going to cut a couple of scenarios here. This family could be a situation where, let's just say, the husband lost his job and the wife is the only one working, which is why they're going into debt. Maybe one of the family members got sick, and that is why the credit card is so high, and so there's only one working and they're spending a lot of time at the hospital or whatever. That could be another example. Another example of this family could be that this particular family one of the members just got out of college, and this $142,000 worth of debt represents some educational debt that the family owes against some future potential income, better than the 21. So as we could pick any one of a number of scenarios, but the bottom line is they have to do something about this budget. And so I'm going to ask you, kind of do a little poll here this morning. Which one do you think they ought to do? Do you think they should get a second job or quit their job and make more? How many of you think that that's a viable option for most any family? Hands?
I didn't understand the second option. Quit their job.
They should either quit their job or interview for a different job. But in any case, they should find or take a second job. So in any case, the bottom line is they should make more income. And maybe they're watching Monday Night Football and Dancing with the Stars, and they could give up that family time or whatever the time is to pull in some more income. So how many kind of think that maybe that's what they should do? We have 1, 2, 3, okay, 4. There's 4 out of the 5 polies that think they ought to make more income. Second issue is the money that the family spends. How many of you think that they're spending too much money and they should find more ways to cut their budget somehow? 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's unanimous. They think that out of 5 of you think that we should cut how much money we spend. The new debt on the credit card would therefore go down. And if you cut the numbers here, the 21,000 goes into the 142,000, goes in over 7 times. So if they never spent another nickel, let's just say they move in with mom and dad or an aunt and uncle or their brother or sister or somebody, and they didn't spend another nickel, it would take them over 7 years just to pay off that debt, assuming that the interest rate on that debt was 0. We know that doesn't happen. So they would have to make at least twice that much, probably to live on what they have or more, maybe 3 times as much if they were going to keep this budget at $38,000 to come out of what they're doing. So they're making about a third of what they need to make to make any progress with their budget whatsoever. And then you get down to the bottom and we have $385 worth of cuts. So they're not very anxious, or maybe that's all they can cut. I don't know. I'm not very realistic about cutting what they're. So let's get to let's put the other foot down and find out who this family is that's spending all of this money. and maybe we'll have an option as to exactly what it is they can do about it. And you guys can all help us out, because you all have voting power and experience. It turns out that this family I'm talking about is us. The budget I just gave you was, some call it the national debt, but some other people get kind of particular about it. They call it the federal debt. The federal debt is us. As a nation, if you add 8 zeros to the budget I just showed you, you'll find that it matches the second budget that I show you. So as a nation, that is our budget. So you just voted on a budget that you didn't know all the particulars about, and every year you re-elect people that don't seem to understand the ramifications of the budget that they're designing. So this year we need to get involved sometime between the Monday Night Football and the Dancing with the Stars, and elect somebody that will make a difference in this budget and make it balanced. Appreciate your help. Thanks.